Spin War is a fun episode of Peep Show and is perhaps surprisingly important to the overarching story of the entire series, even if it may not seem that way at first. Obviously, the episode gets its name from Mark's return to JLB and the way that people react to him now that he's branded as Mark the Jilter. I like that it doesn't hold back about bringing back Mark into the real world and showing us the reactions of people like Sophie and Jeff, as one of my complaints about the previous episode was that we didn't get enough feedback and reaction from the failed wedding. You can tell it's firmly cemented in the JLB hive mind that Mark is solely responsible for the fuck up, with Lisa basically being the personification of the JLB collective giving thoughts and dirty looks to Mark. But of course, the one person that doesn't dislike Mark is Dobby, who makes her first appearance here. At this point of her character, I think she works really well. She's a social outcast with weird quirks like Mark, yet almost socially awkward enough that it allows her to appear somewhat confident and a bit reckless, like Jeremy. She's kinda like halfway to falling into the manic pixie dream girl trope, but with this being Peep Show, that would be too much of a nice thing to happen to Mark, so of course she has plenty of shortcomings too. I am a complete sucker for episodes in which Jez and Hans have to do music related things, and those moments in this episode are great. Of course, this also involves Sophie's cousin, Barney, who, as I've stated before, is an obvious late replacement for her brother, Jamie, who was previously interested in Jeremy's music. Even though I'm someone who would normally find something like this would really take me out of a show or movie, I'm actually completely okay with the change from Jamie to Barney. To be honest, I think that Barney is perhaps even more of a fitting character for this episode's role. Although they are very similar, Barney does seem a bit more naive and childlike than Jamie, and looks younger too, which works better with the whole sucking super hands off bit. It makes it even more horrible and predatory, which obviously amplifies Ian's disgust. With Mark returning to JLB, Jeremy back with Hans, the return of Jeff, Sophie, Johnson and Ian, and a more natural feeling character introduction with Dobby, this episode feels like much more of a return to the standard format of Peep Show than the previous episode did, and is the proper reintroduction I think all of our characters deserved. Oh yeah, and that stationery cupboard scene is quite something.